Today I feel like a kid on Christmas morning. Only difference is I'm no longer a kid and I know what I'm getting. I am getting my childhood toy. So the new toy I'm going to go pick up is a tractor I grew up on when I was a child. Last time it ran was almost 14 years ago. It actually has been sitting in the shed for about 17 years. Well, it was sitting there for three and a half years, something like that. I had started it up just to let it run at that time, and that's the last time it ran. I got a nice photo of it here when I started it up last time. Nice clear image. I'll show it here right now. So anyway, as you can see, it does need some work. My plan is to start it today, get it up on my trailer and haul it back up here and see what happens from there. A couple, 2-3 weeks ago when I looked at it by my parents, I noticed they had a cracked fuel bowl on it. Not really sure why. Best I could figure is it must have had some moisture in it or collected moisture and frozen cracked. So I got a new fuel bowl. I'm going to put that on, get the fuel system bled out. I'm crossing my fingers everything else is good and it's going to start up, or we'll be able to get it running and drive it up on the trailer. It ran when it was parked. So to go through my checklist of the supplies that I know I'm going to need. First of all, I know I'm going to need ether. I got ether. Second item on the list is that fuel bowl that I had just talked about. Got that to put on. I also got ether along with brake cleaner so that I can clean up anything around the fuel filter, O-rings, whatever is on there before I put it back together. I'm going to need ether. It's going to need air in the tires, ether. The other thing I'm grabbing is buck pull along in case I unfortunately don't get it started. I can take my brother's 1086 and we'll take it and push it up on the trailer with that. I think that should do, oh yeah, batteries. I need batteries too. I got them along. I think that should do everything on the list. Did I mention ether? I'm ready to hit the road. See you there. Alright, made it down by my parents' place. And here it is. Tractor I grew up on. Old Massey Ferguson 1100. Rough shape, dirty all over. Needs attention pretty much from front to back, top to bottom. Tires are bald, fronts are flat. So, I'm going to try and get this beast started today. Brought batteries with because I know my dad robbed them out for something else many moons ago. There's the fuel bowl I gotta replace. So I'm gonna get started with that. Well, that cleaned up pretty easy. A little bit of brake cleaner. Doesn't necessarily look all that pretty, but I didn't bring fuel filters with either. We're just gonna run what we brought. Brand new fuel bowl, fresh from ASAP, All States egg parts. From the remnants of what's left here, I'm thinking we're going to be good to go. So let's try it. Sorry about the lighting. Never even gave it a thought to bring the flashlight along. That seems to sit on. I think you can see it. Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot I was going to bring paper towels. I knew I was forgetting something. I don't do this kind of stuff too often, so remembering all that kind of stuff is not necessarily on my radar. In all honesty, this square O-ring here for the fuel filter, actually pretty pliable. I don't see no cracks or anything like that in it. That surprises me for probably a 20-year-old fuel filter. Must be some stretched out though. I'm having trouble getting it to seat in the fuel glass bowl. I got it on-ish. Looks decent there, but that spot there, it's poking out just a little bit. I'm hoping I got it tight enough that it'll seal up and do what I need to get it on the trailer. Next, I want to see what's in the fuel tank. See if my flashlight will work on my phone. I see something in there. I don't know if it's coming up on camera or not, but let's dip something in and see what I find. About 5.5 inches. That should be enough, I'm thinking. Next magic trick is to see if the hand pump primes anything up. Looks like it's full of something. I know something sloshed around in there. Bunch of gunk and crap and stuff. Oh yeah. Pushing fuel. See if it made any difference on the other side. Pushing something in there. I'll continue priming it and see what happens. This must be the bleed screw. Alright. I'm going to continue pumping here. I cracked open that bleeder and hear air pressure bubble out. If I can get it at the right angle. Here, hold on, let's try this. You can see it's bubbling air through. So the lift pump must be positively working. Thought maybe, oh yeah, there we go. Now we got fuel squirting. Sweet. Okay, come on, Ratchet. There we go. There. Hose this down a little bit. Some of that off. That way I can look at this and see I happen to be lucky. Alright, we'll give that a couple minutes to dry off and see what happens. Any guesses on how low the hydraulic oil is? Don't even touch the dipstick. There's oil down in there. You see the gears dipped in it. So we'll see what happens. Ain't the first time this tractor's been low on oil. While the brake cleaner dries off the fuel filters, I'm gonna pull the dipstick, if I can. Pull it, I guess I'll have to open it that way. Pull the dipstick and see how much fuel is in the oil. Wow. It's not low. I'm impressed. That's plugged off. Dry. That's not good. Sounds like very little in there. Maybe it leaked out. I think the pan would be fuller if it would have ran in there. Just for a quick check, let's see what's in the bottom of this oil pan. Looks like oil. Chances are radiator leaked out or something too. Who knows what kind of condition that could be in. Well, that's good news. I guess I'm gonna try and get some batteries in here. See what kind of fun stuff happens. I don't remember how many hours are on here. 52, 88.4. That tack glass I accidentally broke that myself. Really kicked myself in the hinder that time. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Let's get at these batteries. Alright, got the batteries hooked up, fuel system is bud. Let's see if it turns over.
Right there, it wouldn't speed up.
No, I got it. What do you think, Trixie? Well, she's running. Running about as good as it always did. Took a little bit to get it started just from sitting that long, but in all reality, I think once I use it some, or shouldn't say use it, but once I get it running some and loosened up, limbered up, I think that'll help. Well, it's running, got oil pressure, doesn't charge from what I remember, but hydraulics, as we checked, hydraulic oil was low, but smoke's about as clean as always. Pour a little bit of this in there. That stuff's always good for getting things loosened up, cleaned up. Good detergent. Get a bunch of the gunk and all that out of the fuel system. Oop. Yep, she's running as clean as always. So we put a gallon of hydraulic oil in, it'll steer some, it's still low, but I'm gonna try driving it out of the shed. Been gone probably 2 minutes out of here and still see the smoke rolling out of the shed. Just slipping. There we go. It's a jam. Yep, that's about all this thing moves on the road. It starts, it runs, it drives. Let's get a close up of this gem. Looks like the injection pump is leaking. We're all tied down, ready to roll. Alright guys, it is the next morning. I gotta put some air back in that tire before I start it up and get it unloaded, but I'm gonna get it started up and backed off, unloaded here. One thing I forgot to mention yesterday, I was watching a video from JT's Barn and Grill. He was doing a first start, or a willet start I should say, on a Massey Ferguson 1085 I believe it was, and I was really hoping that his good luck in that video was going to work out for me in this tractor, and that really was the case for it, so I'm really glad for his good luck spilling into my project here. With that being said, I'm gonna get her pulled up to the shop, get some air back in that tire. I'm gonna try and put something in this rear tire too, probably after I get it unloaded. When it was sitting there three and a half years when I started it back in December of 11, I randomly one day just decided I'm gonna go out there. I think I hooked that I believe I hooked the battery charger on it. I don't even remember anymore, but I know that time I gave it a shot of ether like normal and cranked over and fired up like if it was shut off day before. That wasn't really the case yesterday. Been sitting, there was air in the fuel system and whatnot, so that slows things down. As you saw, the injection pump was leaking on it. I don't know if that drips down or got air in. It's sitting overnight. I don't remember that injection pump leaking 20 years ago, but again, that's 20 years ago. It's hard to remember all that stuff. I'm hoping it'll start nice like it always did, but we're gonna find out here shortly. This is a project that I wanted to work on already 20 years ago back in high school, and I guess now I get to start fulfilling that dream. This will be fun. Think it's gonna go?
Yep. It runs!
So that's why. Alright, we got her in the shop. Started harder than I anticipated, but that fuel bowl there is leaking a lot today. I lost prime from that. I'll have to get that fixed and go from there. Hey, look at that. It's been sitting for probably 5 minutes. Still, gas is coming out of the breather. Well, that was an exciting adventure. I waited many years for this day to come. As you can see, that keeps dripping every little while. Hoping next I can give it a bath because it's dirty. And I give it a bath, we'll see what we find underneath. Like to give the clutch an adjustment if I can, what it takes, if there's even enough left in it. I'm guessing the clutch is just plain simply wore out. But that's going to be an adventure down the road. Stay tuned, there'll be more coming in the future. Thanks for watching, see you next time.